I'd like to make a quick announcement before we begin. So after this chapter, we'll be at the finale of Blazing Sword, at which point I plan to have Olivia and Zane back on board. During that part, I'll let them answer the questions you've put forth for them. However, I won't be answering any since I would like to discuss the game with them and just have a general discussion going on. With that said, I've still got a lot of questions to get through, and I simply can't answer all of them by the end of this chapter. So with this in mind, I'm going to have some bonus episodes added to this LP, where I answer the rest of your questions while playing through chapters of Lyn Hard Mode in preparation for Hector Hard Mode Let's Play. Yes, we're going to do Hector Hard Mode. I just want you all to know this beforehand so that you don't feel discouraged if your question isn't answered in this episode. I promised I'd answer all of them, and I intend to keep that promise. And I have been keeping track of everyone's questions put forth, so I won't miss any out. In fact, once I upload the second part of this chapter, I will not be accepting any more questions, so be sure to post them if you haven't already, or if you have, feel free to ask me new ones if you want to. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fire Emblem Blazing Sword Let's Play, and yes, Eliwood is still upset about Ninian, but ultimately, we have to go stop Nergal or else shit's gonna go down. Either the dragons are gonna take over or Nergal's gonna become so powerful, he's gonna put the Lagoose Kings to shame. Ooh. Yeah, that says a lot. So, we're pretty much approaching the end of the game here, where this is the last chapter before the actual end game. It's just basically, you know, fight the Horde. Bring forth the Horde and let's kick some ass. But while this is going on, so the group is basically, they kind of like say their farewells to Fargus and stuff. Even Dart has a little moment here. Again, another reason I like Blazing Sword, it brings up the secondary characters. Like, remember Dart? Because he was doing that to nothing about this entire thing. I like Fargus, man. Alright, you know what? If I ever make a Fire Emblem character, like an NPCs or Fire Emblem characters that need their own game list, Fargus is definitely one of them. I want to know what his story is. Like, good lord. I would love, you know, Fargus is a cool motherfucker. So, yeah. He's just like, you know, don't die, come back alive. We'll see you all then. Yeah, it's kind of, a little bit somber. Somber. Sorry, I said sombra. I'm not playing Overwatch. A little bit somber, but, you know, it's all cool. Again, the story's a lot more personal this time, and I like that. But, with that said, you know what, we're all here. Let's get on to the damn question, shall we? Though I might be stopping here and there, just to talk about like the chapter and stuff that happens. Okay, so first up. Will you do a top 10 classes, like for example, top 10 Pegasus Knights, top 10 Generals, top 10 Snipers, top 10 Paladins? Yes, but it's gonna be, I've had this in the back of my mind, I think ever since I've started just making Fire Emblem videos, where this was to do like a marathon of class-related videos, because my first video was Fire Emblem classes, where I just ranked my favorites. I think of it, and I have been planning to do ones where you dedicate it to each class. So one for Cavaliers, one for Archers, one for Pegasus Knights, one for Knights, and all that jazz. But it would have to be like a marathon, like I kind of did for the Fates Marathon, where it's just nothing but that for like a good chunk of time. It's something I do plan to do. Actually, I wouldn't put it past me to do it sometime next year, maybe toward the lead up to Fire Emblem Switch, or after the announcements of Fire Emblem Switch, something like that. Because now Echoes is out, and I'm exploring more games. I've only got, you know, 4, 5, and 12 to do, because, you know, the other ones, because those count as like 1 and 12 counts as 1 and 3 and, you know, 12, because of remake. So once that's all done, I'll know who all the characters are from each class, and then I can rank them. It will be a more objective list, because even though personal thing will come in, I said this in the past, if objectively 2 characters were the same, it would come down to personal bias. But if like say if I was doing best Wyvern Riders, I don't know if I'd put Jill at the top, because even though she is really good, there are ones that are objectively better. I wouldn't be surprised if Harv reached the top. Well, Radiant Dawn specifically. Yeah. Don't come back dead. How the hell do I come back dead? Either come back alive or don't come back at all. I don't know how he would come back dead. Well, he comes back as a zombie. He's like, oh, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Someone thought it was a smart idea to put me in the fight, even though I haven't done anything ever since when I joined. YOLO, I guess. So yeah, it would be something like that. I'd say around maybe middle of the year next year is when I hope to do something like that. Again, there's no definite time, but if I do, I'll make a trailer. I'll be sure to plan it out way ahead in advance. So stuff like that. Oh yeah, something Vargas brings up, it's basically a reason for Nils to get in on the fight, because Nils is still hesitating due to, you know, Ninian's death. But he says like, oh, it's like this thing in battle, it's really handy, like I really should give it to them. We don't ever get it. like, either I missed it or we don't get it, because I remember distinctly when Nil shows up and when you check like his inventory, it's like nothing's there. Like, we didn't get any specific items. Like, you fucking lied to us. What the hell was he carrying? Ugh. Well, to be fair, knowing if the quintessence clip was any essence, is a spliff. We need our weed before we start. So yeah, that's what would happen with the classes-based one. And Limstella, the last of the morphs. Well, the main ones. Okay, next question. Oh, this is what I like. Sunset Vista, Cold Hard Crash, or Mad Bombers? Which one is the least stressful? Oh, that's easily Mad Bombers. I'm sorry, I don't mind Mad Bombers. Like, as far as the levels in Crash 3 goes, it's one of the weakest, but I don't dislike Mad Bombers. It's just kind of eh. Cold Hard Crash and Sunset Vista. It's all the more reason I don't want to finish this Let's Play, because Crash is next. In fact, you know, we're nearly at the end. Good lord, we'll start Crash pretty damn soon. But yeah, like, here it is. Cold Hard Crash is only hard. Well, both levels are only hard if you go after the gem, but Cold Hard Crash has a massive difference in how much more difficult it is, because you don't have to, if you go straight for the bot, it's just straight from beginning to end. You don't have to get do the death route, so the level's just fine. Actually, it's actually a pretty decent level when you just do that. Oh, he's using bolting, motherfucker. But Sunset Vista is just long. I mean, like, it's not super hard, it's just so fucking long. But then Crash 1 has the stipulation of, you can't die. So Sunset Vista is the most stressful. Cold Hard Crash is, like, the death route is much harder than anything in Crash 1 in Sunset Vista, but it's only a small portion. It's only, like, half of it. Whereas Sunset Vista from beginning to end is just, ugh. I do not look forward to that chapter, but I know you lot, not chapter, that level, but you lot certainly are. Good lord. Pray for me. Okay. What are your favourite starters from each generation, and what stage is your favourite? I was referring to Pokemon, naturally. Well, Gen 1 it's Charmander, and my favourite stage is Charizard. Gen 2, it's Cyndaquil. My favourite stage is Typhlosion, but Cyndaquil is one of the cases where I love all three stages. It's just Typhlosion I love the most because it looks fucking awesome. And it's a honey badger. But I love Quilava, and I love Cyndaquil, because Cyndaquil's the cutest little fucking thing. Aww. Gen 3, it's Trico. My favourite form, it's probably Sceptile, but Grobar's cool as well. Gen 4, it's Piplup, and my favourite stage is Empoleon. Piplup's kind of cute, Prinplup I don't like, Empoleon's a fucking badass. So, we're at chapter 30. This chapter, I like the layout, how there is 3 different puppies, you've got to attack from different angles, you split up the armies, there's a shit ton of enemies, there's a good variety, there's a lot of environment interaction, extra stuff to get, respawning units, terrain. I love all that. I'd say it's one of the stronger chapters in the game, but I remember someone else brought this up in the comments section. I can't remember your name, but I'll be sure to put it on screen. If you notice, they're still using base level classes at this point in time, and these guys, like, the advanced level units can give you some trouble, but not that difficult. Why are they here? Why do we have base level classes at this stage in the game? We're at the final stage. Why do we have Cavaliers? Like, look again. Why do we have Cavaliers? Oh yeah, by the way, just heads up, Fiora criticals a lot in this chapter, and I don't know why. But it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, no Fire Emblem game should have base level classes 1 chapter from the end game. No Fire Emblem game should have that. I'm sorry. Even with advanced classes, we're at the point where everyone should be promoted. If they're not, something's clearly wrong. But, it's like, really? You have all this, and you could, if they threw, paladins and stuff like that, this chapter would be not only one of the biggest, but definitely one of the more challenging ones, especially because you couldn't, I'm not saying you have to make the enemy super hard, but, again, this sniper's no difficult, and now I've got to play Thing when it comes out. But just having more advanced classes would give you more to do. The other guys, you just kind of walk through them. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the respawning units to catch you from behind were base level, but there's way too many of them, and I think it does bring the difficulty down considerably. Aside from that, though, I do like the chapter quite a bit. Yeah, and also when you pass certain points, enemies will spawn. So the chapter's good, but that weird stipulation is one of the things that lets it down the most, in my opinion. Also, if you're wondering why I'm hurrying with, I'm moving so far with Fiora rather than being more careful, oh, you'll see. There's a reason. Okay, back to the Pokemon one. Gen 5, it's Superior. Sorry, Snivy, and my favorite form is Superior. Oh god. This Baldy tome is the equivalent of the what's it called it tome? The Eclipse tome from Binding Blade will put you on 1 HP. Thought I might as well show off bolting because, you know, I've got it, I might as well use it. My favourite form is Superior. Gen 6, it's Froakie. Favourite form is Greninja, though Frogadier I also do really like. I like the Gen 3 forms a lot. And Litten is Gen 7. My favourite form actually might be I can't remember what his second stage was called. I remember the last stage is Incineroar, which is cool, but I'm also like, I also think it's just slightly weird to stand, like, you know, the upright Pokemon. Oh, damn it, Elowood. But the second form, I definitely quite liked quite a bit. You know, just like, you know, the dark cat type thing. It was overall cool. I mean, the other Pokemon, like Decidueye, is really cool, but I don't, or however you pronounce it. You know, he's cool. And the other one, the water one's really, really cool as well. But I don't know, I just like, again, I like my fire types. I just really like my fire types. Also, it's Fire Dark, which is a pretty cool combination. Not the best, but pretty cool. And let me just wait for Gen 8. Have you played an Animal Crossing game? No. I mean, I've seen a few of them. I remember Olivia had the one on the Wii. And I heard they're good games. A lot of my friends had New Leaf. It's just Animal Crossing's not my type of game where, like, you just, it's one, I'm not a big fan of those sim type games. I mean, I used to play Sims a lot growing up on the PC, but this day and age, I like to play games where you actually, you know, kind of do stuff. I mean, I get the appeal of Animal Crossing, I'm not dissing it, but it just doesn't, it's not my type of game. I like games to have objectives, to have, you know, specific requirements, to have, to be, you know, out there. Animal Crossing is out there, but it's more just, you know, relaxing, enjoying life and stuff like that. And like, I don't want to do that. I want to go, like, for instance, I could play Animal Crossing, but I could also play Doom. And in Doom, I get to shoot Heldspawn with a super shotgun. I'll take the shotgun. Thank you. Yeah. And he also says, if so, who's your favourite villager you've gotten so far? I haven't played it, so I can't comment. This next question is quite cool. What are your top 5 critical or skill quotes from Awakening Fates, Echoes, and or Heroes? Okay, so from Awakening, there's pick a god and pray. I like that one. There's do you like darkness? Farge's ones I quite like a lot. Henry's I love. I'm gonna kill you! I swear to God, Henry makes me laugh so fucking much. Slonkoos, how well will you die? Kills him. I give it a 3. I'm not impressed. And Cordelia's, that's quite enough. Do you imagine, like, Cordelia, like, they're trying to hit her, she just dodges. You know, fuck this. That's quite enough. Dumph. Dead. And there goes the critical again. Definitely have to play Fire Emblem Switch. Giving that Devil Axe missed. Actually, oh no, wait, it didn't. What am I saying? Giving that Devil Axe, yeah, because again, the Devil Axe, I think is if your luck stat is lower, it backfires on you. And, you know, Warriors, I don't think have the best luck stat. Oh god, if Makai had a fucking Devil Axe, she'd be unstoppable. Because her luck stat's always really good. It goes up to like 40, and it usually caps. Jesus. From Fates, I like Ryoma's, you die! No! That's a really good one. Kagero, I like Kagero's, you're already dead! It's like, wait, I am? Oh shit, I am. What if she did that, you're already dead, and the person just to activate the critical just drops dead? It's like, you're already dead. Well, you heard the woman. Also love, say goodbye to your intestines! Because that's like, it meshes well with parry. It's just kind of funny, because if you think about it, your intestines will be like, especially if you activate the Luda skills, like, say goodbye to your intestines. Alright, goodbye intestines. There goes parry. Oh, there goes the critical. And I gotta play Puff Radiance. Critical bolting. Jesus Christ, man. And also like Xander's, no mercy! This is conquest, we don't have mercy here! And also love Charlotte, you disgust me! It's like, I like to dress fan servicey and I've got to play Fates. Yeah, it's like, I said conquest, oh, you gotta fucking play it. Yeah, that usually happens. Oh man, Lynn, check out that experience gain. Oh yeah, it is got to mention, strength, kind of spoils, but not really. Lynn caps her strength, speed, and her skill, and I'm like, fuck. My lane is ridiculous. What was I saying? Yeah, the Charlotte I just like, it's like, yeah, I parade myself about and I kind of look, and to some people I look like a skank, but you fucking disgust me. I'm joking, Charlotte's not skank, it's just, I think, a design. I know that a lot of people like it, and I get where they're coming from, but I always thought it was trying a little too hard. Again, you know what face problem with the fan service with most characters like Cameo and Charlotte? It's the waist down. Waist up, not too much of a problem. Waist down, it's like, really? You gotta show off that much of your vagina, or that close to it? Jesus. Echoes was a difficult one because there aren't that many critical quotes. But some of them I liked was, I can't remember who says it specifically. It's like, they never learn was quite a good one. Oh yeah, Claire's, you should be honored. Bitch, I'm a Pegasus Knight. Bang. Hello and goodbye. I can't remember who that was, but that was a cool one. Hello and, oh, that was Python. Hello and goodbye. That was a good one. Matilda's getting a little presumptuous. You think that just because I'm a paladin, I'm not the best unit in the game? Ha! Fuck you, I'm amazing. You think that just because I'm a late game unit, I won't be as good as some of the early game ones? Ha! And May's coming through. Woo! And she just kills you because May is May. Love it. Heroes, honestly, I don't know because I don't remember them. Mainly because half the time I do battles on Skyros, I'm tapping the screen and just skipping this shit. So heroes, I can't say. Next question. Yeah. Okay. How many times in Sacred Stones did you have to reboot your game just to keep all your units alive? Well, see, Sacred Stones is where I rarely let someone die. Usually I do. I remember early on I'd sometimes let people die, either because I'm really careless or the RNG decided to fuck me over. But I rarely did it because early on I just let Seth do anything, so no one really fought and Seth never died. I'd say during most average playthroughs, once or twice, 3 times at best. Aside from that, like, I never really have to reset Sacred Stones because I find it really damn easy. And ah, shit, what was I going to say? God, trying to think. Yeah, like, again, and because I got better at the game each time, I just don't really need to reset. So, again, that's how much. What was your first video game console? And what was your first game on that console? What was your first video game console? What was your first game on that console? My first console was the Nintendo 64. The first one we owned, got it when I was about, what, 5, I think? Yeah. I mean, I played it when I was 3, got it when I was 5, because my cousin had it, and that's when I first played it. First game was Super Mario 64. That game pretty much, like, sparked my love for gaming. I owe it so much. I know it hasn't aged too well, but fucking hell, I love that game. I will always love that game. It's Mario 64. It's brilliant. Also, I noticed in this game, Eclipse does half your HP, but it's still got just a shitty hit. If anything, they should have jumped up the accuracy, but make it only do half damage to help balance it out. Oh yeah, don't attack me at point blank range. Use the fucking ranged weapon while I have a ranged weapon. Level up. What did you get this time? I can't remember. I think at the end of the Fiora has the highest level, but one thing about Blazing Sword is I rarely get units to cap at level 20. Rarely because, again, I think it's because how much the game encourages and how much I find myself using a varied team, so I don't, like, overly favour one unit, which I like. Oh yeah, new character, Renault. You remember you saw him in chapter 18X, I believe it was, and if you don't get to him fast enough, he will, like, go away when the enemies start respawning, so that's why I got over there very quickly. Renault is subpar unit in the sense that starting out his defense, HP, spells are good, especially for a Black Thing unit, and his speed and skill are pretty decent, but his magic is abysmal. Like, I remember like in the wiki it said a Canas with a Flux Tome when you first get him could do just as good, if not better damage. I'm like, wow, you're a fucking pre-promote. This late in and you're doing this much. So his damage is horrendous and his magic is not very good. Well, his damage isn't horrendous, it's just not good. With that, so he's not the best for offense. With that said, because of his levels and his fortified stuff and his weapon rank, he does make for a good support unit. His growth rate's not too bad either. Not, again, pre-promote, but again, not too bad. Not too bad. And, like, his character's one of the more mysterious characters, so, you know, there's not much to him, but it is kind of interesting. But overall, Renault is like probably the most forgettable unit in this game. He's not awful, he's just kind of if you ask me. Renault, you know, I rarely ever use him just because I really don't find the need to. I mean, I have Lucius. Lucius is my fucking bishop. I love Lucius. Chase man by fucking belting. Oh yeah. If you have played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, what is your main team? Well, the thing about Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is I played it, but I don't, like, my brother has it, but I never, like, owned it for myself or played the shit out of it. So I didn't really have a main team. Which is weird because I have played the shit out of, and love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I could play that game for fucking years and I'll just love it. Same with Tatsunoko. That's my favorite fighting game, Tatsunoko. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 I love so much. So I don't have teams for 3, but I have teams for 2 if you're interested. Those being, my main team is Strider, Iron Man, Venom. I also have Captain Commando, Cyclops, and Spider-Man. I have Psylocke, Cyclops, and Mega Red. I remember one of them was Akuma, War Machine, and Gambit. I also had, what was the other team? It was Cammy, Ken, Captain America. I remember I had a team with Jill, but I can't remember who else was with it. And yeah, I think those are my teams. I also had I swear there was someone else. Shit, it escapes me. Alright, yeah, but those are the teams that, off the top of my head, I remember. Ow. Still not. But my brother has recently got Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I've played a bit of it, and oh my god, it is so much fun. So I'm going to consider getting it for myself and just, you know, playing the shit out of that. And hopefully I'll make a team. Next question. What are your opinions on Seliph and Julia and pretty much FE4 in general? Well, I can't do Seliph and Julia because, again, I still haven't played FE4 and I still left it on chapter 16. I know it's bad, but guys, I'm just really busy with other stuff. FE4 doesn't hold my attention like other games do. I'm trying to work, you know, with YouTube and stuff. And it's just all the other games coming out. It's like, you know, once I beat Metroid, Warriors will be here, and it's like, Warriors or FE4? I'm playing fucking Warriors. And after that's done, it's on my backlog, but I'll definitely try to get through it as quickly as I can. But in terms of FE4 in general, what can I say about it? I definitely think FE4, I appreciate that it's one of the most ambitious and biggest Fire Emblem games, which I think is really, really good. I really like how large-scale the story is and all that it tries to cover. I like how, though the character interactions are limited, what they say is pretty good stuff, so they get across quite a bit of characterization with just like a few lines of dialogue, which I really like. I like how it pretty much was a big step up for Fire Emblem and how much it achieved for just a SNES game, which I really do appreciate. And like the multiple objectives and stuff, I think that's really cool. But Genealogy is a case of severely dated mechanics and an incredibly user-hostile game. Like, I swear to God, if anyone's thinking of playing Genealogy of the Holy War or is playing for the first time, do not, and I repeat, do not feel ashamed to use a guide, because that game practically requires it. I'm not saying to beat the levels, no, because there's so much shit the game doesn't tell you about, which if you don't know preemptively will fuck you over. So Genealogy is a case of being user hostile and dated, so that's why I'm more in favor of Binding Blade Remake than Genealogy 1, because Genealogy, the base game is fine, like there's not much to change. It's just making it, improving the mechanics and making it more up to date with the recent Fire Emblem trends. You know, the stuff that is needed. You know, we don't need waifus in Genealogy. But Binding Blade, there's so much more you could do with the concept, which Genealogy just fine as it is. But so that's what I'd say about Genealogy in general as of now. You know, things can change the more I play the game. And we're gonna get an interesting cameo. I wonder what this place is. And oh my god, it's you! Oh, I thought I smelled RNG blessings somewhere. So yeah, this is a quick cameo from Sophia, which, you know, before playing Binding, because I played BLAZEPLAYS before, I was like, who the hell is this? And I was like, oh, right, yeah. And she's looking for the Archsage, and oh boy, feel sorry for her. Yeah, you have different interactions with Sophia with different characters. I think Hawkeye's the only one who directly knows who she is, because, you know, live in Arcadia. It's quite a nice cameo, and it's just cool to see Sophia again. It's like, why are you here? I sense another RNG Blessed unit is in this vicinity. I must speak with her. Why? Because I know how it feels to be powerful. To be a bad Fire Emblem unit that everyone hates, but when Blazing Knight chose me, he made me powerful. Gwendolyn's back here as well. Sup, bitches? I'll avenge you, Hector, don't worry. Just Gwendolyn in the background just sipping on Sophia's skull. Like, no, she's drinking out of Sophia's skull. That's some good king. I'm never gonna live that down. So yeah, that's a very nice thing, and she gives you a talisman. Thank you. If she gave you a guiding ring, that would be pointless, but also awesome. Sick reference, bro, sick reference. Next question. What classes would you change each of the warriors' characters into? See, that's a kind of vague question. When you say warriors' characters, I don't think you mean like the warrior class characters in this game. I think you're referring to, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, you can feel free to correct me and I'll answer it again. I think you're referring to the characters in Fire Emblem Warriors. Again, this guy would be a threat, but both suck in this game. And I don't know, like, the characters you make. So I don't know if you're talking about, like, some of the characters from other Fire Emblem games, or the two they made specifically for the game. I'm gonna go with that. Because they're both, like, sword wielders. If I could change them into anything, I'd make one of them a lance wielder, just to make it more interesting. Preferably the, maybe the girl? Again, I don't know their names, at this point I really don't care. I would also like one of them to maybe be a magic or a bow user, just to make things interesting. Rather than just both sword users. We've got plenty of fucking sword users in this game. So that's what I changed it into. If I got the question wrong, feel free to correct me and I'll answer it again as quick as I can. Okay, so we're going to break here for now. When we next meet, we're going to finish up this chapter, take down Limstella, and find out the secret behind Ninian and Nils and how they're all part of the events that took place. But until then, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.